Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. This morning we are continuing with verse 8 from Sri Sri Radha Rasa Sudanidhi. Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Gurudev. So we finished off and Mohan was praying with folded hands to Radharani's maidservants because they were the gatekeepers that were keeping him away from her and their amorous meeting. Srimat Rupa Goswami prays, O Queen of Vrindavan, I pray for your mercy again and again. Let me be the object of even Keshi Ripu's, Krishna's, pitiful prayers. This service of Sri Radha is the very special mercy of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Well, the Kinkaris only like Mohan because he is Sri Radha's lover. They don't have independent love for him. If Mohan makes any trouble, they will kick him out of the kunja without the permission of Srimati Rupa Manjari and her maidservants. Mohan cannot enter Radha's groves. What to speak of touching her body? This is the indescribable greatness of Radha's maidservants. When the maidservants see how anxious Mohan is, they allow him to enter the kunja. They don't need Radharani's permission because they know that although she is angry with Mohan, she is also anxiously waiting for him. Shamasundra knows that Srimati will soon give up her peak when he has pleased her girlfriends and her maidservants. Thus, Rasak Shiromani, Mohan, the crown jewel of romantics, enters the kunja and dispels the unfavorable mood of Rasika Mani. Sri Radhika.
Radhe Radhe, good morning.
Radhe.
One question arises in my mind. How he pleased the Sakis, girlfriends, and how he pleased the maidservants. What is the difference? You just read this, no? Right?
Yeah.
So
Shamasundra knows that Srimati will soon give up her peak when he has pleased her girlfriends and her maidservants.
So, what is the difference? How he pleased the girlfriends. So, what is the reason of Swamini's man? Why she is in man?
Her man gives waves to her Baba.
But why she came in man?
She came in man because previously it was describing that Mohan left the kunja to go meet with her Sakis, but then her Sakis appeared. And so Srimati thought that Mohan was out, was out meeting with other. Surely that king of womanizers must have met some other heroine. Some other heroine being one of the Raj Gopis.
Yes, and maybe also the Sakis,
Hmm.
because there is described that only the maidservant are the goalkeepers, the doorkeepers, or what is the name?
Yeah, gatekeepers.
The kinkaris, gatekeepers. The kinkaris,
Yeah.
the smallest, are the gatekeepers, right?
Yeah.
Not the Sakis. Sakis not gatekeepers.
No, they can't be.
That's not possible. So then the question is how he pleased the Sakis and how he pleased the kinkaris. There must be a difference. So he pleased the kinkaris by begging with folded hands, right?
Hmm.
But how he pleased the Sakis? Mahatmaji, if there is no answer, you can also continue. That's no problem.
Um, I mean, I'm not too familiar with the mood of the Sakis, but it says previously that Radharani, when she's in the Kunja with Mohan, she says, "Alas, how sweetly we are playing here. How sad that my girlfriends cannot relish this."
Ah,
So perhaps by given the opportunity to relish Mohan,
mm,
if the Sakis get this opportunity, then Srimati will come out of her mon.
that's the point.
And the maidservants, as you said, with the kinkaris are, to me, they're pleased when they're serving Radharani, when we get the opportunity to serve. And so as the gatekeepers, they're already in service.
Mm,
Yeah. I love the line before that says they don't need Radharani's permission because they know that although she is angry with Mohan, she is also anxiously waiting for him. So the maidservants are so close to Radharani, they have this manovistam, they can feel exactly her heart, and so they can act on her behalf without speaking.
Radhe Radhe. So I understood like that Radhika is in Man because she knows that it's the Rasa Leela night, and she only expects that Mohan will meet another heroine, and already this brings her in Man. It was given before in the text. And then Krishna comes to the Bawa and says, no, I didn't do anything. He went out in search of the girlfriends, if it's maidservants or gopis, I guess maidservants, right? Because they are near in the Kunja. But actually they went inside the Kunja when he went out. It's really funny. And he couldn't find them.
I think, my dear, he went out in search of the Sakis because
Okay.
the maidservants have stayed there, and Mohan left the Kunja when Radharani became so concerned over her girlfriends that their Leela in the Kunja was paused. It says here, when Mohan, the jewel of Rasiks, sees Radharani in this pensive mood, the pensive mood being that she's thinking how sad I am that my girlfriends cannot relish this meeting that they're engaging in, this pastime, or this Leela. He understands what is on her mind and thinks to himself, oh, well, when she is so worried about her girlfriends, then there can be no more joy in our love play together. I'd better go and look for them. So this is Mohan leaving the Kunja to go look for the Sakis, Radharani's girlfriends, is the way I interpret it, which could be wrong. And then as he leaves, it's like the classic like cartoon where like he goes out the front door and the Sakis come in the back door. And so then Radharani is like, the Sakis are here. What is Mohan doing? I thought he was going out to meet with my girlfriends. This was my desire. And he's out searching around. He can't find the Sakis because they've come in the back door. And Radharani assumes that because Shamasundra is no longer there, that he has met some other Vraj Gopi, some other heroine to meet and enjoy with. And this is the reason for her mon. But I think the real reason for her mon is a little bit further down, where it says, Srila Rupa Goswami says in Ujjvala Nam Nilamini that this mon is the result of pure love only. Fear cannot arise without affection, and proud, jealous anger, man, cannot arise without love. So it's Radharani's highest love for Mohan that allows this man to exist, and through this man, they can relish their love even deeper. And the maidservants are also relishing this man because it is because of this man that Srimati engages her maidservants as gatekeepers and forbids them to allow Sham to enter the Kunja. So because of the man, the maidservants are also getting engaged in service. Shamasundra knows that Srimati will soon give up her peak when he has pleased her girlfriends and her maidservants. Thus, Rasik Shiromani, Mohan, the crown jewel of romantics, enters the Kunja and dispels the unfavorable mood of Rasika Mani, Sri Radhika, the jewel of romantic girls, causing a slight smile to appear on her beautiful face like a thin, sweet line.
Let's stay in this meditation because it's a deep object of the feelings of our Swamini and Mohan, the Manjaris, Kinkaris, and the Sakis. When Radhika in the Kunja with Mohan in the beginning, she felt compassion to her Sakis and the Gopis, right? Simultaneously, she felt also the desire in Mohan to enjoy with the others because he was in the Rasa dance. And so there is some kind of a disturbance in the meeting she could feel. And so to fulfill the desires of the Sakis and Gopis and of Mohan, she let him go. But then when he came back, why he come back? Because he cannot find the same pleasure with all others, Gopis and Sakis, than with Manjari, with Radhika. And so this also a proof of her, superiority. She is higher, the highest. Is it the right word? Superiority. So he went out only to come back. And he fulfilled the desires of the Sakis and the Gopis, but he came back. And then he also fulfilled the desires of the maidservants by begging them to enter the kunj again, so they can serve Swamini properly, and they feel Swamini's feelings and let them in. And even to increase his feelings, she is showing this kind of man. So there are deep feelings to understand in this verse. It's amazing how Swamini is balancing all this situation and at the same time increasing the rasa of Sakis, Gopis, Manjaris, and Mohans. It's amazing.
And at the same time, how this is also increasing their love for each other. This is like the beautiful inner workings of the everything goes towards increasing the feeling of the love of Radharani and Mohan. And it all kind of links together and inner works in this beautiful way that facilitates the desires of, as you said, the Sakis, the Manjaris, Mohan, and at the same time increases the love for the Yugala Kishore.
And all managed by Radhika.
Oh my God.
Radhe Radhe. Could I ask something to clarify?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Yesterday also in the sharing with Uddhava, it was coming this different feelings that are part of love. And I just wanted to ask if it's a good understanding. So my material feelings, they change, right? I experience maybe love, but then suddenly another feeling comes. So it's always changing, yeah? And coming back also, changing. And so I think this Leela has nothing to do, or not so much to do with this kind of changing that I experience here. But I understood, like, if it would be only sweetness in the Leela, it couldn't be like only togetherness. It would also not, there wouldn't be a variation, and there wouldn't be a kind of, always being fresh, right? Then it's always sweet. So that this man and this kind of experience of separation and all this is coming in to heighten, to make Krishna, for example, more eager when he's forbidden by the Manjaris to go in the kunjas, or he's even chastised by them. So his love is getting, his eagerness is getting stronger, and then the meeting will also be much more intense. So I just wanted to ask you about this. Thank you. Because in one side we say also love is the absence of fear, right? In the materialistic way. And in that moment, I cannot experience love when I'm actually fearful in the material. This is my feeling. But of course, if somebody I love, I cannot see him, I will think more intensely of him or her, and the longing will go stronger to exchange or to meet.
Yeah, it's a beautiful question. My feeling is 100% the man is there to increase the loving feelings of between Radharani and Mohan. I think about, like Gurudev he says that the salt makes you appreciate the sweet even more. And you can see this in the way he takes prasad, when he has that big plate of fruit, he puts some salt, some black salt, kalanamak, on the corner, and he dips everything, no matter how sweet the fruit is, he dips a little bit of salt in there. And the first time I saw that, I was like, what a weird salt on fruit? Like that, why would you do that? You're ruining the sweetness of the fruit. And then you try it and you're like, wow, that actually, it increases the, somehow increases the flavor. It brings out more sweetness because of the salt. Without the salt there, the sweetness, the love can't be relished in the same way. And so because that salt is there, because that mon is there, then the level of relishment of this sweetness, of this love, is able to go even deeper.
It was nice. It was a very nice description of Vandana. It was more of a description than a question. And I think you got it right. But we could add the observation that the most important experience in bhakti is love in separation. Anytime there's a relation, then there's a distance. If there's a relation, then there's two. If there's two, then they're not in unity. So the experience of love is always the experience of longing, of wanting to be together. And this creates secondary emotions like fear or man, or this pique, this annoyance kind of anger, or a little bit more prideful anger. All of these are created by the experience of having to be separated from the one you actually feel it's your destiny to be united with. In a way, everything about bhakti revolves around this experience. The relation of Radha and Mohan, it's always feeling of separation, trying to get back together. And the experience of Prabhupada, for example, among others, is to come together with Swamini in the spiritual plane. And then finally, our experience as devotees, as sadhakas, is to come into unity. So this longing is really the fundamental emotion, but also energy. It's the fuel for our devotion. It's what makes us get up in the morning. It's because we want to be together, even though we don't ever seem to learn that we're never together. Or when we're together, it's only in a short moment, and then there's separation again in order to recreate the belonging and the love. Radha.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Uddhava. Yeah, the separation increases our desire.
We never actually read about them being together. Have you noticed? We understand they're together. We read about the bed being messed up, and we read about his clothes being torn off, and we can very well imagine that they've been together, but it's never described, this togetherness. A little bit more in books like Govinda Lalamnita, but never actually. It's always the separation we learn about and the longing. So it's almost as though the union, the actual sexual union or loving union, doesn't even matter. What matters is getting there.
It's not coming where I read it now, but I recall somewhere from, I think Philip Kusmanjali is saying exactly that, Uddhava, that's saying that Radharani actually relishes the separation more than the union itself.
Radhe, Radhe. Thank you so much. I actually have one more question. Is it okay? So also yesterday it was mentioned in the sharing that Sriman Mahaprabhu experienced this Leela, and he shared it to his closed company. So is it then that they wrote down this Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi and Vilap Kusumanjali, and that Rupa Goswami? So I really didn't get that. I didn't know about this, his sharing about it. So how do these texts actually, did they emerge? If somebody could share something about it.
Yeah, it was like you said. remember also Mahaprabhu has material form and spiritual form. He's a material being. He comes and takes birth, and in this material being, he's in his consciousness, he's Radha and Mohan, and in his spiritual existence, he's the Leela itself. He's this Leela of Radha and Mohan meeting every day and what we read about. And the way that we got this is that he taught Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. He took them aside and taught them orally. And I don't know that we read exactly what he said, but I understand he communicated these leelas to them. He said, this is what it looks like in the spiritual world. Now please go and teach this to the rest of the world. And then the 6 Goswamis went out and wrote their books, many books. And then the disciples of the Goswamis, like Antaras Babaji and Prabhupada Saraswati, wrote their books about those books. But it was the direct instruction from Mahaprabhu, and that we can only imagine that he was translating what he was experiencing on the spiritual plane to them, and that's how we get this Leela. And then the first version of it was Rupa Goswami went and wrote 2 plays that depicted Radha and Mohan in the forest, and then this grew and grew and grew, all through realizations of the Goswamis and then from the realizations of their disciples.
Thank you. Wow.
It's quite beautiful story.
Somehow I didn't have this connection yet, so it's very good, very helpful for me.
Thus, Rasik Shiromani, Mohan, the crown jewel of romantics, enters the kunja and dispels the unfavorable mood of Rasika Mani, Sri Radhika, the jewel of romantic girls, causing a slight smile to appear on her beautiful face like a thin, sweet line. The king of romantics becomes absorbed in his love plays with his heart's beloved, holding her in his jewel-like heart. Seeing this sweet Leela, Shripad, who now appears as an adolescent girl, says Sri Radha is the jewel in Mohan's heart, taken that the word Rasa means Mohan, who is spiritual flavor personified. Sri Radha's sweetness and beauty is manifest to the utmost when she plays with Mohan. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami writes in Vishakanandana Stotram, Sri Radha shines like a golden Utica vine, entwining a beautiful black tamala tree, Mohan, and as a wonderful, steady, lightning vine in the fresh Govinda rain cloud. The word Rasanidhi in the text can also mean she who is an ocean of rasa. In this case, Radhika makes her lover happy by immersing him in the waves of her wonderful, sweet, amorous rasa. Suddenly, the transcendental revelation disappears, and Shripad humbly prays, "Am I at all qualified for this precious position of service to Sri Radha? Let me at least become the broom for sweeping the yard of her play cottage in the forest bowers of Vrindavan as a service to those fortunate souls who are qualified to be her maidservants. So Shripad here is so humble. He's praying not even to do the brooming. He's praying to be the broom itself. He doesn't even feel qualified to actually do the act of brooming, but just to be the broom. This is the humbleness to take into our practice. Of course, by her grace, everything is possible. Let me sweep the dust that falls from merciful Sri Radha's foot soles. Thus ends verse 8.
Radhe Radhe. Could you hear me? Yeah. So, this to become broom means this is Dasi and Dasi and Dasi. Now, Mahatma Ji says it's very humble mood. Means Shripada feels here very humbly. He don't have qualified to become maid servant. But at least he would like to become servant of servant. And one day Keshava Baba said to us, if we become more low position, we can easily to get mercy. For example, please imagine this mountain, some mountains. In this mountain, on this mountain, rain come. And peak of the mountain, they cannot catch rain. Where rain goes? Rain goes to bottom. If we go more down and down and down, then mercy can get. So this bloom is very beautiful. And I remember one leader, our Srila Prabhupada, when Srila Prabhupada was in Radha Damodara temple, at that time, he stayed in front of Rupa Goswami Samadhi. Every night, he sweep Rupa Goswami's Samadhi with crying. No one see. But night time, he sweep. Our Gurudev also says cleaning seva is very important to get foot dust of Srimati Radhika. Like this to become sweep means deep meaning. I really don't have qualification to become maid servant. But we can learn from this word, at least like a servant of a servant. This we would like to practice. This from sweep, this come to my heart. Shri Radhe.
Just a little, excuse me, a reminder that humility is very lovely, very sweet, but it also has a very practical function. When we're humble, then our ego is minimum. Then our ego is gone. So when we're perfectly humble, then we're perfectly in our svarup. So someone who wants to be humble, someone who wants to be the broom, wants to be perfectly in soul, perfectly in svarup. So this is the functional reason why we try to be humble. But it must be authentic humility too. It serves no purpose to go around and say, I'm nobody, you're great, I'm so stupid. Being humble means sitting in the soul, not sitting in the ego. And if we can be humble in that way, then everything is solved.
So nice. And one more thing we can relish in this prayer. We can see how clever these prayers are. Because the broom, with the broom, we can sweep the dust of Sri Radhika's lotus feet. She don't he don't ask for the blessing for some other, to be some other tool, maybe for making the hair, or what is the name in English?
A brush. Hairbrush.
Brush. Yeah, hairbrush. He can also ask for this, but he asked for the broom, to be the broom to sweep the dust of the lotus feet, because in the dust is the mercy. So for sure, Swamini will fulfill his desires if he is the broom of her foot dust. So he come in the contact with her foot dust, and this is he come in the contact with the mercy itself. So we can see how clever the prayers of the Manjaris also are. If I cannot be directly, I'm not qualified as a Manjari, then let me be the broom, so that I come in the contact to the dust of your lotus feet.
That is so beautiful. And this sweep is instrument. Who use this broom? Maybe our Guru Manjari use. Means if we become instrument of Guru Manjari,
Right.
and we can dance. Whatever Guru Manjari said, left, right, she can move us. Whatever she like, we can dance. Left, right, left, right. Any dirty things, whatever he use me, I will dance for him. Because we are one goal, to make our Swami happy to each position. And if our Guru Manjari pick me as sweep, then this day we can get mercy for dust of Srimati Radhika. This is my desire and this is my hope. This day I'm waiting. Radha.
I remember in Mungarvantiya some years ago, I don't know if one of you was there too. It was a minor festival day and the children gave a theater play like they often do. And one of the players was the cleaner in the temple. So I don't remember what the lila was they were playing, but there was a sweeper in the play. And Gurudev insisted on playing this part. And then when the play was over, the children had done all their thing and Gurudev was sweeping in the background, sort of. Then it was time to go to Prasadam Hall and eat. And they turned down the lights in the temple and closed the gates. And when I walked by after Prasadam, I went and looked in the temple, and Gurudev was still standing there sweeping. Quietly, gently, just sweeping. Done.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Sweeping. Yeah, Vandana, please. Sorry.
No, but it's so amazing that you tell this, because I was going through my pictures and then I saw exactly this picture of Gurudev with the thing. Yes. And I was not there in Munga Mandir when it happened, but this picture it was, and now I have the story, another story connected to it. And I thought, wow, I really want to make it big when I come back to Germany. So it's so wonderful. And I just wanted also to share something about the humbleness and I remember it was so nice how you explained it, Odava. And I remember when I was allowed to do the seva in the Guru Kunj and decorating with very soft yellow flowers the feet, the padukas, and I remember always Gurudev's word. The flowers symbolize the humbleness because they're very soft, right? They can be broken very, very easily. And to place these flowers in the Guru Kunja was always such a beautiful seva, and the flowers, they are just very sensitive, right?
Sweet.
And symbolize our humbleness. Sorry, Kishori Didi, go on.
Oh, thank you, Vandana. It's very beautiful. Now, next with me, Goramurita Didi now taking care of Guru Kunja is crying. Thank you for sharing this beautiful feeling, Vandanaji. It's very touched. And what I wanted to share is about bloom. I remember one leela from Chaitanya Charitamrita, King Prada Pardora. King Prada Pardora is king of Orissa. And in Ratha Yatra time, he became so humble. That's why in front of Radha, first he sweep in front of Radha. Means king took most lowest seva. And every year Ratha Yatra happen, first is blooming seva come. Like this, so blooming is represent very humbleness. So today I can meditate by your all your mercy to remember bloom. It's very important. Many deep meaning full of Rasa. Shri Radha, thank you.
How are we feeling? We have 15 more minutes till 8. Do we want to dive into verse 9 or leave the beautiful broom meditation for the day?
Yeah, I think that it's better to stay in one deep meditation this is my feelings personally, than to enter, because, than to continue. And, what we meditate now together is a very deep subject. Many examples are given by, becoming, this kind of humbleness inside the heart. And, actually, to clean something is in the material world is a lower seva. But this, in the spiritual world, there is not such a judgment of low and high service. It's all on this high level of loving exchange. We can remember when the maidservants cleaning the pot in Radhika's room after the night. Maybe we remember this. No, we cannot speak about a lower or higher service. It's the highest service. All seva is. For the maidservant, they are not judging higher and lower. All seva is highest. But here we can see that the feeling to come somehow in the contact of the dust of Swamini's lotus feet. He tried to come, if it is not possible to touch her directly in the service as a maidservant, then let me be the broom, then I can touch the dust of your lotus feet. And in the spiritual world, even the broom is, there is a conscious, like the Venu of the flute of Mohan. This is not in our material consciousness, a simple bamboo flute. This flute is every day touched by the lips of Mohan. So there is very deep meanings behind everything there. The
Yes.
trees are conscious. Everything is conscious there. There is nothing without conscious. And even we learned about there are what is it in English? The distance between the locations the Leela happen actually is sometimes too big. What we know about the distance between the locations to that they can meet in one night. So we learned about that the whole dam is expanding and comes closer together to make that happen. And even the seasons work together in that case, that if it's need, even in the winter time, suddenly there appear the spring, some clouds with thunder to break the peak of Swamini, and she jumps in the hands of Mohan. So everything is conscious. So for that, many times we listen to prayer of the acharyas that they like even to become a grass halm in Vrindavan, because this is full of conscious, and it will be one day touched by the lotus feet of Radha and Mohan. And in this way, the mercy will flow. And I see our Japanese sisters, when they are cleaning so enthusiastically the prasadam hall and everything, what a nice service this is. And maybe we can also see this sweeper. There is a family is doing this seva. Mainly one person is every week is coming to sweep there the mandir. And if we meditate on this, maybe we get another view of this person also. What kind of seva he is doing since years, that I know that I come to the Munga Mandir, he is doing this service. I mean, he gets some money for this, but I feel that he is doing this in not without conscience. And so he will for sure get the mercy of Swamini by doing this service in the mandir. Directly is a direct service to the lotus feet of Swamini. So what we think here in the material world is the lowest, it's even the highest of a transcendental platform. And even Chaitanya, I remember, once he cleaned this temple, right? There is a story about this.
Yeah, Gundicha Mandir cleaning.
Yeah, huh? So he gave
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu make a competition, devotees, who can catch highest dust. This is actually Mahabhakti Himagiri Didi, especially organized students. She gets the point of absolute truth, what is love in action. She didn't teach philosophies, but she teaches how to clean temple. And now many students come with her. This is what you said. Definitely mercy flows. She showed a good example for us, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, so he also showed it's not a theoretical thing. It's a practical doing. If we use our body and senses in the service, for sure the mercy will come, and we will get the dust of Swamini's lotus feet. And what is the dust of her lotus feet? This is to become a manjari. This is the real mercy.
Like our Mahatma here, he got so much mercy. He became bloom of our Guru Manjari.
Mercy is coming from the lotus feet. So in this case, we can learn we have to come close to this, directly to the lotus feet or the dust of the lotus feet. This is the secret behind that. Like Jesus said, that who likes to be the highest of you, of his disciples, who likes to be the highest, he has to become the servant of all. And this is actually what is the Manjaris realize. This is Seva Rasa. They enjoy this service. This is not you have to do something like in the job to get some money or like this, and okay, I will do it. Okay, I have to do. I need money. It's enjoying. It's enjoying. It's our joy. Rasa. And this is really relishing the prema. We live as Manjaris in a permanent stage of rasa, relishing this loving exchange to our Swamini in Seva. When can I become the broom for sweeping the courtyard of the cottage in the playgroup of Maharaj Vrishabhanu's daughter. She is an ocean of rasa, and to whose maidservants, the supreme male person, always pitifully prays for her audience. So nice, huh? To go deep in a single subject that makes relishing these kind of feelings and rasa, seva rasa. So, Mahatma Ji, time is over, huh?
Shira. Shirade.
I hope you're not sick, huh?
No, all good. My dear, yeah, just, wow, such beautiful sharing, yes. Shirade, thank you all so much. Dandavat to all. Jai Shirade.
How is Gurudev? Radhe Radhe.
Gurudev is good. He's still in Delhi. Niti's better. They've moved her into a flat, and improvement is there. Mataji is not doing so good. And so this is kind of the current situation. There's incredible amounts of upgrades going on to the flat that they're living in. Lots of workers running around and shifts and perspectives, and he, coordinating, managing, like
Yeah.
Yesterday, I talked video call with Gurudev.
Okay.
And he's shining and looks healthy.
Oh, wow.
It's like a full of love. He distributes his love to his love families. And at the same time, he always remembers us. How is this, that, who is new guest, He's enjoying Seva Rasa, I feel. He's healthy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I think also.
Not so much long ago, but as much as I remember, he's this smiling, healthy, shining, happy, fully joy, satisfied face. I try to share this feeling to you, Shirade.
Thank you. Yes, and I feel also that he is really on that soul level that he relished what is meaning of reincarnation, and in the same time, he also relished his relationship with this on this bodily platform. Actually, both is a truth. Even it's a temporary truth, but it is for the time. So maybe this body, this soul will leave this body. So then this relationship and this exchange will end in this life. I also have this, at the moment, this meditation about this, because in the short time, 3 close people, in my circle is, leaving body. And, so many time meditate on this, how the soul is coming and going. Because in the same time, I got 3 grandchildren. So 3 left and 3 came. So, and I'm sure that Gurudev is also realizing this, how the soul is coming and going in different bodies. But still there is this feeling of a relationship we had or we have in this body. So both is there. Yes.
Ciao.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Govinda